Hey everybody, and welcome back to Superman Crypto. Your host Superman in the house. Man, TitanX is really looking good, starting to ramp up big time, and really is set to rocket in the next bull market, which has already started. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to look at some of these pretty bullish posts by Jake Sharp, and so let's get into it. Jake Sharp here. This is sort of stuff that started trending. He's been promoting building on TitanX, as you guys know. That's self-funding through the TitanX contract for teams that want to get self-funding to get their projects up and running and burn more TitanX. So it's super bullish on getting rid of TitanX supply, as well as opening up new opportunities in DeFi and GameFi on top of TitanX and building on top of that protocol. Obviously, we're expecting Hyper to come out. We've already seen a new one, Pyro, also coming out. So it really is starting to ramp up. And we're only so early as well. So looking forward to that. So day 63 coming up. So pretty neat. So here we are at the moment. We've got a couple of these trending. Build on a Titan. 5,400 views on that so far. Pretty cool. Got some encouragement in terms of strategy for teams, in terms of burning TitanX. Kind of cool coming up there as well. Lots of cool updates from Jake Sharp there in terms of alpha. Obviously around Hyper coming up, that's going to be starting. A lot of people calling February for that. And what else we got going on here? What happens to TitanX when ETH starts going up? This is a bit of a secret sauce you need to think about, just how powerful the buy and burn will be with the price of ETH running up. Does it just take care of that on the demand side, and with, of course, the supply side, TitanX getting burned? So worthwhile thinking about that topic alone. Kind of cool. So lots of cool things happening in terms of Jake Sharp retweeting stuff. Now, I wanted to build up this theme about projects that are going to be coming to launch. Obviously, attracting a lot of projects to build on top of TitanX is a big deal. Getting that supply off and making new opportunities in DeFi is pretty cool. We can see build on TitanX really starting to trend there, which is pretty cool. Let me just jump up to some of these posts I wanted to get up to. Hyper isn't the only thing being worked on, and of course I got a little dragon there, built on TitanX, and a good old smirky face about that being shown there. Also got some more here, so let's quickly check that out. We got Mo says TitanX pushing its community forward, building on TitanX, so really starting to ramp up there. TitanX has several projects being built on it currently. Which one will launch first? January to March, white papers galore. How crazy are the next few months going to be? Just wow to anyone that thought this thing was only here for a few weeks or months. Think again, chumps, and that's pretty true. I agree with that. So don't get caught out by normal ROI protocols. Now, 4 hours ago, Jake Sharp says 10 plus projects at this point building on TitanX. Pretty amazing, and of course that's an update from the 25th on Christmas Day. I personally aware of 5 to 6 teams building on protocols on top of TitanX, and of course that's pretty exciting. The part of TitanX that is the most scalable yet. The least talked about, high bar for game theory and mechanics. So really exciting to see where this is already exploding. It makes a lot of sense, right? Teams can self-fund them through. A lot of blockchains, people can't get funds to develop their maybe very complex protocols. So it's great to see that up and running. So that's a really great start. It's going to keep building, folks. Like I say, it's going to be a big deal moving into January, February, March, onwards through the year as we go into the bull market. It's going to be a big deal. So anyway, some of the pricing at the moment, we've had quite good consolidation here. It's actually been slightly better performing in terms of price. And of course, we're currently at 3,183. And you can see here on the hourly, it's just been ticking away to the sideways. So that's kind of cool. And after our big whale sold down the other day, we have pretty much flattened out there. And of course, we've got less inflation coming out today than we had. And we had a bit more less people. We've got a bit more liquid. So let's quickly check that out. And of course, here we are. We've got 800 billion liquid at the moment, 7.94%. And of course, that's a little bit higher than normal. We get down to as low as 6% when it gets down quite low. And of course, at the moment, we've got staked 3.5 trillion is now staked. So it's always good to try and keep your share rate up, just up to some target you might have if you're able to do that. And of course, the buy and burn, 5.7 trillion heading towards 6 trillion. Pretty amazing numbers here at the moment. Now, looking at the buy and burn, this is spectacular. And just coming back to that post that Jake Sharp talked about in terms of the ETH price going up, well, that just gives more buy and burn power, right? So at the moment, it's 22.2 million plus another 10.4. And so you just, as ETH goes up, let's say it doubles, then that's going to be 44.5 million US dollars. So there we go. And that would be 20.8. So you can see it's a big deal. And of course, if you've got all these protocols launching and they're burning TitanX, that means the TitanX supply, particularly maybe from February onwards, is going to shrink. And of course, that means you've got all that buying power. Let's assume that it keeps the same rate of burning at 3.3 ETH per 8 minutes. Then you're looking at some mad price appreciation there, some food for thought there as well. And of course, hyper, it's going to be a big deal. People are going to burn for that and get into the staking mechanism on top of TitanX. So lots of stuff installed for that. Very excited where this is going to be heading and exciting times ahead. Now, we've also got some cool stuff happening with the mining. Like I say, at the moment, the rate at the moment, 6,459,000. Now, that's going to go down by about 25,000 in about 4 hours and 15 minutes. It's we end up at day 62. Obviously, you can stake at the moment and pick up the deals as the inflation fluctuates from day to day. Obviously, try and pick up the high inflation days to pick off some cheap TitanX to get that staked and get your share percentage up and running. And of course, you'll be able to burn liquid or staked TitanX when hyper comes out, if that's an option, that a path that you want to take down. Now, the payouts, of course, of staking are pretty lucrative. We're almost at 1.6 million, which is above last time. We were sitting at about 1.36, I think it was, million. Now we're at 1.6 million. Now, yesterday I did make an error about the numbers. I used thousands, actually trying to say millions, I think it was at the time. Just taking that into account. Global cycle on 28, we're at almost 1.6 as well. Obviously, some amount goes into the 8-day and the 28-day pulse, but we're looking really healthy there. 679 ETH. We had 584, I think it was, around that number last 8-day payout. So ETH is up as well. But of course, more people are staking with the high inflation period to take into account. And of course, we're going to have the 9-day payout in January too. So we're going to have 8-day, 28, and the 9-day all in January. It's going to be a fun time in January with all that inflation. It's got to go somewhere, and staking is going to be one of the main places it goes. And we saw that propensity for increased staking on the double payout we had about 6 days ago. So kind of bullish on there. Let's jump over to Titan Watch, great website, of course. And we can see, let's do a refresh of this just to make sure we've got the latest and greatest. We can see we've had 186 stakes today, 159 new users, and 4,028 miners so far. And we've still got 4 hours and 50 minutes to go on day 62. What else we got going on here? We've got spent on mining, 1.7 million. Liquid is just under 800 billion. And we've got spent on staking, 590,000. I like that number. And of course, buy and burn there at 1.4 million so far, when we've still got 4 hours and 45 minutes to go. Mined, we've had 2.1 million mined so far today with the T rank bonus. I love that T rank bonus, right? And it is 1.34 million. We've got staking rewards, and this is the one I really look at if you're staking, and that is at 472,000 today. So the last couple of days a bit more modest. Remember, the first 2 or 3 days we had the overflow from the double payout, so people, obviously had all that money and refocused that. Plus, we've got network growth with the user numbers, constantly rising, so it's kind of bullish too. Buy and burn balance is ticking away there, 32.5 million, up $1 million so far today. And even if the ETH goes down, should it go down on particular days? Well, if the ETH price is going up, then it's still building up value. I love that. And of course, when ETH goes up and the price goes up, it's a double whammy. Looking forward to that. You can see the miner growth up and to the right, user growth up and to the right, and liquid supply, is at 7.94% today. So we've got some new measures, of course, with the daily inflation. We've got, this is a new measure, which is really, really cool. So we've got mined 771,000, T-rank bonus 1.34 million, unstaked 2.12 million, staked there at 590K and 1.4 million there. So kind of cool there. That is the net inflation, I guess, on that so far. So ticking away. And of course, you can see everybody's miners as they're making new miners coming out there. Pretty cool. Now, I want to jump over to the June dashboard from Mike Dean. And of course, we can see that we had passed the 40,000 ETH in the protocol, almost at 41,000. And we're heading towards, that 12,000 user mark. So what are we going to be by the end of January, end of February, end of March, April, June? It's going to be fun to see this protocol continue to grow. We had some pretty good ETH lately. Look at this ETH candles, 730 yesterday for day 62. And of course, this is on the UTC time frame, so it's a little different. And we're already ticking over the new day. In terms of the minted coins, we had 613 billion minted. And of course, we've probably still got some overflow for the last Christmas days here, just because, people are busy. So we'll probably see that play out. In any case, day 62, we expected 668, and we're probably going to continue up and away there. Day 63, which kind of on now is 476 billion. So we quite a reason to expect the price to rise now, given the inflation's down to 476. So keep watching out for that chart. Probably going to start having a little rise to the upside is the probability play there. Then day 64, obviously we got 760 billion. And of course, people get paid the 8-day payout. So that's kind of the play on that one. And it's going to be fun to see that at the end of the day, 760 billion. So we'll probably see the price just slightly lower there on that day. So higher price, lower price, and then of course payout, right? Payout for the 8-day, and we'll see some booming in the mining with those funds. A lot of it getting recycled, right? Which is pretty cool. And just to remind you, the payout that's due at the moment, close to 1.6 million, and we're well on the way, almost just over a day and 5 hours or something like that to go until payout, which is pretty cool. All right, that's kind of some of the highlights there. Looking really, really fun. That is the overall mining coming up in the future. Obviously, people can mine out now at the max mine at the early October. That's going to be fun out there, and there's some big potential rewards out there too. Here we go. All right, Gwei has been quite cheap too at the moment. So down to 16 Gwei, good time to do stuff on TitanX. So if you're going to do stuff like that, do it while the price is cheap. And of course, TitanX there may end up rising today, given the fact that we're coming into a lower volume inflation day. All right, so awesome stuff happening. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick update. TitanX set to rocket on Ethereum in the bull market. Looks so good. 10 plus projects already. And of course, Hyper Pyro out there. It's going to be a great, great time. Enjoy yourself, folks. It's going to be epic. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.